Thank you for visiting the Waterkotte website and our Class E Felony Lawyers in Missouri website page. Regardless of the crime, we believe everyone is entitled to the best possible legal defense in the state of Missouri. We have created this audio version of our website page to help you better understand our services and protect your future, freedom, and reputation. If you have been charged with a Class E felony in the state of Missouri, we can help you. Don't face the state and court system alone during your Class E felony charge. Contact one of our Missouri felony defense lawyers today at 3-149-00-HELP to protect your rights and future. Waterkotte is committed to handling all Class E felony defense cases with confidential care and understanding. We are not here to judge you. We believe that everyone in Missouri, regardless of the crime they have been charged with, deserves an aggressive legal defense and to have their legal rights protected. With that being said, let's talk about hiring our Class E felony lawyers in Missouri and setting up a free consultation with our attorneys. Class E felony lawyer in St. Louis, protecting your rights. If you or someone you know has been charged with a Class E felony in St. Louis, Missouri, you need an aggressive criminal defense team to safeguard your interests. Waterkotte takes a personalized approach to all our St. Louis, Missouri felony cases. We review every single fact, every piece of evidence, and every detail related to your case in order to devise a legal defense tailor-made to produce the best possible outcome to your case. About Class E felonies in Missouri. Class E felonies are a relatively recent addition to Missouri's criminal code, only created in 2017. Class E felonies are primarily nonviolent crimes such as insurance fraud or tax evasion. We take these charges as seriously as you do. Contact one of our St. Louis criminal defense attorneys now at 3-14900-HELP. However, a number of violent crimes can be punished as Class E felonies, including assault, stalking, and harassment. Persistent DWI offenders can also be subject to Class E felony charges as well. Class E felony charges in St. Louis, Missouri are punishable by up to 4 years incarceration in a state prison or a fine of up to $10,000. It is important to note that Missouri Class E felonies have no mandatory minimum sentence. However, they are still felonies, and if you are convicted of one, your rights will be severely curtailed. You will not be allowed to own a gun, run for public office, or hold certain jobs, and your voting rights will be limited. The experienced St. Louis, Missouri criminal defense lawyers at Waterkotte specialize in all types of criminal cases, including Class E felonies. Our St. Louis law firm combines intelligent, comprehensive legal defense strategies with a level of personal attention and communication that sets us apart from other St. Louis, Missouri legal practices. We pride ourselves on being one of St. Louis, Missouri's top-rated law firms, and our record of success speaks for itself. If you see the Class E felony you have been accused of on the list below, or have been accused of any other felony crime in St. Louis, Missouri, contact us today either online or by dialing 3-14900-HELP. A member of our firm will be in touch shortly to schedule a free, no-obligation review of your Class E felony case in St. Louis, Missouri. Common Class E felonies in St. Louis, Missouri. Missouri Revised Statute, Section 557.021, defines a Class E felony as any crime for which the maximum term of imprisonment is 4 years or less. While there are over 200 crimes that the state classifies as Class E felonies, some are more common and are prosecuted more vigorously by the state. Common Class E felonies include involuntary manslaughter in the 2nd degree, assault and domestic assault in the 3rd degree, harassment in the 1st degree, parental kidnapping, stalking in the first and second degree, child molestation in the fourth degree, counterfeiting, and driving with a revoked or suspended license. What rights are taken away if I'm convicted of a Class E felony in St. Louis, Missouri? In addition to possible incarceration, being convicted of a Class E felony in Missouri takes away several rights that can have a long-lasting impact on your life. Those include the right to vote during your time in prison and parole or probation, the right to hold office during your time in prison and parole or probation, the right to be on a jury, the right to own firearms unless your conviction is expunged, and being hired for certain jobs like teaching, nursing, or truck driving. It can also make getting other jobs more difficult. While these rights aren't necessarily taken away, a Class E felony conviction can make it more difficult to find housing, receive food stamps or welfare, or get loans or financial aid for college. Travel outside the U.S. may also be restricted depending on the country you want to travel to. How can a St. Louis, Missouri criminal defense lawyer help if I've been charged with a Class E felony? An experienced Missouri criminal defense lawyer can be a significant lifeline if you've been charged with a Class E felony. We can explain the nature and implications of a Class E felony charge, negotiate with prosecutors for reduced sentences or alternative penalties, provide access to resources like expert witnesses to strengthen your defense, assist with expungement applications to potentially clear your record post-conviction, develop a tailored defense strategy based on the specifics of your case, and check for any rights violations and challenge the evidence presented against you. Contact an experienced St. Louis Class E felony lawyer. Facing a Class E felony charge in St. Louis, Missouri can have significant implications for your future. At Combs Waterkotte, we take a comprehensive and personalized approach to each case. Our team meticulously reviews every aspect of your situation, ensuring that every piece of evidence and every detail is considered in crafting a robust defense strategy. With our deep understanding of Missouri's legal system and a commitment to protecting your rights, we strive to achieve the best possible outcome for your case. Contact us online today or call 314-900-HELP for a free consultation.